Hi guys, this is my first ever YouTube video, excluding my intro video on my channel, but this is my basic everyday look. I wear this to dates, I wear this to school, I wear this basically wherever I go unless I'm doing a super extra look. I think it's very glowy, it's very natural in my opinion, and it accentuates all of the perfect features that you need to accentuate, and I hope you guys really like this video. If you'd like to find out how I get ready, stay tuned. Bye. Let me grab my 3 little products. So I primed with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, and this foundation, this moisturizer gets really tacky, so I use it as a primer, and it works very well. It keeps your foundation on all day, and I love it so much. For foundation, I use the O2 Nude Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation by NYX, and I use the Revlon Color Stay in Buff foundation. This foundation is really good for super pale girls. It's a nearly white foundation, and I use this to highlight under my eyes and on my nose and on my forehead and my chin. So now that I have done that, what I will do is, let me just make sure that all my foundation is looking nice. See, as you can see, I have a fucking hickey on my neck, and I had to cover that shit up, and it didn't get very well blended, but I think I was in the middle of doing it when my video was cutting off. I was like in the middle of recording what I was using in my products while I was blending, and it just cut off, and it wasn't focusing either, so I was like, fuck me, right? Like, I don't need this shit. So I'll just show you guys. This is the color of the Revlon foundation, and I'm just using this so it kind of like evens out the tone on my neck, because my face is a little bit darker than my neck and I don't want it to look too crazy, so I just kind of mix them to create like a medium gradient on my neck. So I'm just doing that. And that's it. So, moving on, I'm going to be taking the Morphe Desi Danger highlighting palette, and it's not just highlight, it also has 2 shades for baking and setting your face. So, I particularly use not the banana colored one. I've used it a couple times, but I prefer the more natural skin toned type of color. The banana powder I know is for darker skin tones, and since I'm pretty light myself, I don't really use that one too often. So I just take my angled brush from Wet n Wild, and the only reason why I use this angled brush is because the bristles on this brush are very dense and works really nicely to set my face and get rid of any of that super shine that you don't want. Okay, moving on. Now I'm going to be taking my bronzing powder. The best bronzers I've ever had, honestly, because it just blends so nicely. And it also has a little bit of glitter to it, like glimmer, and adds a lot of color to your face. So I just take my angled, this is my angled contour brush by Borghese, and I'm just taking this brush and I just go in strokes, and then I kind of go up a little bit to feather out, and then to blend a little bit more I just go in circular motions with my brush and then back and forth on my cheekbones. Okay, so right about now I'll usually start on my eyebrows. So I use the Milani Dip Brow. This is the this is in dark brown. This is the Stay Put Brow. This is $7, and it's a really great dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. And I kind of figured, hey, you're getting the same amount of product that is probably just the same quality for $7 versus $20. So I said, why not? So I'm just opening up my little Jeffree Star compact again and moving these baby hairs out of my face because they're annoying the hell out of me. And I'm going to do my brows. Dark, and this one is too light because I just didn't take the time to do it right. So usually I'm a pretty big perfectionist with this. So now I'm taking my Wet n Wild brush, and this has no product on it, and I just kind of feather this out. And this brush is particularly good for it because these brushes blend so well. So usually I don't have the time for eyeshadow, but when it's a weekend or if I wake up particularly early, I usually can find the time to put on eyeshadow. But when I do put on eyeshadow for an everyday look at school, it's very, very minimal unless it's a holiday or I feel like being extra. But usually when I use eyeshadow, I usually pull out my Beauty Killer palette or my Modern Renaissance palette, and if I don't use either one of those, I use my Morphe 350M. So today I'm thinking we could use a little bit of Modern Ren with my Morphe 350M. If you don't have either one of these, or you have one but you have the other, they're both really easy to use on their own because they all have very similar shades. Like these reds are very similar to the red ochre shade that is in here, as you can see, and the Real Gar is very similar to this orangey color. You can tone it down a little bit by using a nude shade, and all of these colors are very similar though. But the reason why I'm going to be using the Modern Ren is because I'm going to be putting this Buon Fresco on my eyes, on my lids, and maybe creating a halo with the Vermeer. So let's get started. So to start, I will show you my brushes. So I'm using the Wet n Wild blending brush. I'm also using two Eco Tools blending brushes. One's very small, and of course a more medium-sized blending brush. This is really good for getting into the crease, and then when I get into the crease, I'll use my Wet n Wild one to kind of like blend it out more. I usually use this for like my first transition shade that I just put all over my eye. And then, excuse me, I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush from the Modern Ren palette, and I'm using that, and also my Morphe E27 brush. This is my holy grail, and if you don't have it yet, I suggest that you get it because it's amazing. I love it so much. But I'm moving on to the eyeshadow. So I'm going to start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Ren palette, and I'm going to be taking Tempera, and I'm just going to be putting that all over my eye with my Wet n Wild brush to kind of blend out any of the foundation that's on my eyes if it's kind of creased up, although I really hope it hasn't. And I'm just putting that all over on both my eyes. I usually have a tendency to want to do one eye and then the other, but I'm going to try and force myself to do both at the same time because I take forever if I do one eye and then the other. So I'm going to jump into the 350M palette, taking be grabbing Raw Sienna from the Modern Ren palette. So we just do two little swipes with that, and again I'm putting that into the crease, mostly on the outer portion of my crease to create a more halo-y type of effect, and also to deepen the look of the eye. This will be dragged down a little bit onto my lid. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want to make that pink, that light pink color too dark. But I'm just bringing that in and then blending it out in circular motions. And that's really it. It's very simple. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Anastasia brush, and I'm taking one Fresco, and I'm taking the flat end of the brush, plopping that on, and putting it on the inner lid of the eye. And I'm just going from there and blending it out. And I'm just going to keep putting it from the inside of the lid and bringing it out, and that will help create that really like halo-y type of effect. So as you can see, this look is already starting to look really, really pretty. I'm super excited about it. So usually I'll use this one Fresco color, but if I don't use my Modern Ren palette and I'm dipping into my Beauty Killer, I will take Courtney White, China White, Vanity, and Star Power and put those on my eyes, and to create the halo effect I use a little bit of Princess and Rich Bitch. So I'm looking at this now just so I can see if I want to blend more, add a little bit more color, add a little bit more depth, but I'm really liking this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the 350M, which I haven't really used that much, and I'm going to take the lightest shade here, and I'm going to be grabbing that and taking it from the brow bone, and I'm just blending it down a little bit so that we have a really nice gradient and it doesn't get too muddy up here towards the brow, because I want it to look very natural. Of course, we're not using natural colors, but I want it to look very effortless and beautiful. So now I'm going to be taking my smaller blending brush, and I'm taking Vermeer, which is this color down here. I just want to look awake because half the time I'm not. So that's the truth of it. So I'm just taking Vermeer and putting that all over the lid, and then I will show you guys how I get my really halo-y kind of look when I do this, and how I achieve the glow, the optimum glow. Because I know a lot of you guys are really interested in how I get that glow. Okay, so now that I've put that all over my eyes and I look like a glitter bomb, I'm going to take a very small packing brush. Ooh, I lost it. Oh, there it is. It has tape on it because I broke it, but we're going to take a little bit of One Fresco and a little bit of Love Letter. They're the light pink and the brighter pink toned color, and I'm just taking that and I'm just lightly going to pat that onto the lid. And these colors are super pigmented, so please be careful and be sparingly, and don't be like me and put this shit just like all over your eyes, because you're gonna look crazy, because I look crazy. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit more of One Fresco and Love Letter and just blending that all around, just kind of patting it to blend it in, and then kind of like rubbing motions, and then if I need to tone it down a little bit, I'll just put a little bit more of the One Fresco on there. Okay, so So now what I'm going to do to kind of add a little bit more depth to my eye is I'm going to be taking Antique Bronze, and I'm putting that right under the lash line. And on this one, of course. Just like so. Finished with the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and put mascara and lashes on, and then I will show you guys how I do my highlight and my lips. Well, I decided I'm not going to wear lashes because honestly my eyelashes are too fucking long to just, and I don't ever wear lashes when I'm at school anyway, so this is my for real everyday look. I just curl my eyelashes to the gods, and I used my Laura Geller Drama Lash mascara. That's all I use. And oh, I forgot my bottom lashes. I was really gonna try and be extra, and I was like, do I want to do that? No. So there's my eyelashes. I look like a different person when I have eyelashes. Honestly, truly do. So I am going to go ahead and pop into my Desi Danger highlighting palette. This one works so well for my skin tone. So if you're like my skin tone or a little bit lighter, even, you can use this product, and Lord, it will do you good. So I just kind of like swirl it around, and I'm using my 510 Morphe brush. This is one of my favorite brushes to highlight with, and I'm using these two pink shades, and for my nose highlight I just used the one that's like more of a natural skin tone with a little tone of pink, and I just use it right here. And then for my Cupid's bow, I use a little bit of this gold color and then a little bit of the more natural toned pinky kind of highlight. It's so pretty. I love it so much. Okay guys, this is the finished product. I hope you guys like it. If you do, leave a like, comment down below, and while you're down there, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. I will be posting probably a new video later on throughout the week. I hope you guys love this look as much as I do, and leave some suggestion comments down below of what I should do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye!